welcome back to the Time to Shine talk show. This is your host, Rukhsar Sayed, and today I'm in conversation with a very distinguished guest, Elena. She is a certified emotologist and passionately driven about guiding individuals on self-love and self-exploration journey. Welcome, Elena, on my show, and I'm glad to welcome you today.
Thank you, Rukhsar. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance to shine. I love the name of your talk show, Time to Shine.
And thank you for joining. I hope this session will be a wonderful one. So, Elena, talking about self-love. What is your definition of self-love, and how do you practice it in your daily routine?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, actually. Self-love is a very complex notion. It will be different for everybody. But for me, it's not about bath bombs, massages, and spending money on expensive makeup. It's more about being your own best friend, listening to yourself carefully, being there to support yourself. Like Snoop Dogg said, thanks me for being always there for me. So for me, that's self-love. And actually, that's exactly how my project was born, Self-Love and Care Lab. It was born as a transformational tool to help you to rediscover yourself, help you to get back to yourself. So becoming your best friend. Because if you think about it, when we meet somebody for the first time, what do we do usually? We take our time to get to know them, right?
Yes, exactly.
We take our time to ask what their hobbies are, what their likes, dislikes. We dedicate time to get to know them. So that's exactly what self-love is, being your own best friend and taking time to get to know as much as possible about yourself.
Yeah. So how do you differentiate between self-love and self-indulgence? And why is that important? That differentiation, why it is so important?
I understand why you're asking this question, because when people talk about self-love, sometimes they mix those two notions, self-love and selfishness, or as you
Yes.
called it,
And I must
self-indulgence.
add here, is self-indulgence associated to self-obsession? Like, people being obsessed and they're being selfish, only thinking about their own self, only about their own benefit by hurting others. So is that, a right thing, or is that an association with self-indulgence?
All right, so let's go back to
The
phrase
differentiation, yeah.
from Bible. I think it goes, love your neighbor as you love yourself. I'm not sure what are the exact words. I will Google it later on. But I think it goes like, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yes.
Something words. So to love others, if to rephrase it, we need to love ourselves first, because as they say, very cliche phrase, right? You need to put mask on yourself first in an airplane, or you need to pour up your cup before you give love to others. Your cup need to be full. So
Yes.
you need to take care of yourself first before sharing the love with others. And why so? Because if we are empty inside, everything we will do will be to not out of love, but to get love in return. So I will not be a nice girlfriend or a nice friend or a nice coworker just because I am complete, I am full, and I want to share with others my emotions, my well-being. Yes. I will be a nice girlfriend, friend, or colleague because I want to get something in return. So it will be a different agenda behind. So exactly. That's why taking care of yourself first is very important. And self-indulgence, difference between self-love and self-indulgence, I would say self-indulgence, it's when you're taking care of yourself, giving yourself, but at the expense of other people, well-being, time, or resources. So yes. Self-love will be taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself, but without harming others. That's how I would position it.
Exactly. So what advice, would you like to give to someone struggling to prioritize self-care in their
Mm.
busy schedule?
All right, understood. Again, there is a saying, um, if you need to meditate 5 minutes a day. If you don't have time, then
Yes,
meditate 10 minutes a day.
exactly.
So
Meditation is
what
very important.
exactly. So what
Yes,
it means you will need to find time to prioritize your well-being to be able to continue. So as a
yes,
Covey in his book, Seven Highly Effective People said, sharpen your saw, right? So it's very important to charge your batteries before you continue.
exactly.
So you'll have to make time to prioritize it, put it in your schedule and stick with it, because that's like your future achievement will depend on how much you charge your batteries at this particular moment.
Yes. And the more active we are, the more energetic we are, the more productive we become.
It's so
So, yeah, in whatever work we start or we do, if we are not active inside, like mentally, if we are struggling or if we are in stress, how will we, add up to the productivity and how our performance will improve? So, it is very important to meditate.
yeah, it's
Yes.
so true.
Yes. And how has your relationship with yourself evolved over time? And what lessons have you learned along the way?
Mhm. Well, all my lessons learned actually ended up in my project, guided self-love journal, SIP Happens. A lot of SIP happened in my life. I was on a long journey of self-love, and still am, of becoming my own best friend. And yeah, that's all my project was all about. It's self-reflection questions and ideas, life inventory of how to get back to yourself and how to prioritize yourself without harming others. Self-love journey. And I would say that I am much better than I was 5 years ago. I'm more
Wonderful.
comfortable being in my own skin. That's a great achievement. I would say that I'm becoming my own best friend. If to listen, like if to imagine how I was 5 years ago, all about the negative self-talk. So I was definitely not the best friend of myself.
Great.
So yeah, I
And
yeah.
the perks of self-love are like you can focus on your own self, you can focus on your own development and avoid all the negativities which other people try to, inculcate in your mind. So if we have that strong belief in ourselves that we can do better and we are comfortable in our own skin, we are comfortable in our own body and whatever work we do. So that belief is more powerful in its own self. So we have to believe in ourselves and yeah, we have to just do work and leave rest on God and have faith.
Yes.
So that's most important.
Thank you, me, for always being there for me.
Yeah, so thank you, Elena, for joining today's session and making it worth watching one. And thank you for taking out your precious time to join today's show.
Thank you again for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much.